Good afternoon, friends, supporters, donors, and crew of the Battleship Iowa Museum, and in the future, the National Museum of the Surface Navy. I'm joining you this week aboard the Battleship Iowa in the Captain's Cabin, which will soon be the President's Cabin add-on tour, where we will take guests on a 30 to 45-minute trip through history, through what we called the President's Cabin, which, of course, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt and the Joint Chiefs of Staff spent some time in here back in 1943. So we're going to start telling that story with our new add-on tours. And with that said, we're excited to welcome Vijay Alcamendris back to the team. He was with the team about 3 years ago, and he moved to Colorado for a couple years, and he's back in town, and he's joining the team to lead our add-on tour program. So we welcome him back to the ship, of course. Last week, our chairman of the board, Mike Shatinsky, board member Scott Jarabek, myself, and President's Advisory Board member Rick Easton were back at the Surface Navy Association Conference in Washington, D.C., and we had an opportunity to roll out our new plank owner peer-to-peer program there and show people how they can get involved into the Surface Navy Museum. Of course, that's still a very quiet program that we're working on, and our IT team and our technology team has done an absolutely wonderful job rolling that out. The development teams help support that through planning some of the annual sponsorship levels and those types of things. We had a chance to meet with some great relationships and some of those great supporters we've had. Shout out to UPS. We had a meeting with them, as well as some of our LA Fleet Week planning partners while we were there. So it was all around a great meeting in DC, a great conference, and an opportunity to highlight our role in the National Museum of the Surface Navy. I've had some questions on the membership program. What are we doing on membership? Of course, we stopped selling new memberships at the end of December. That does not mean we're not renewing memberships. We are still renewing our existing memberships until we're able to do a full transition program into our new National Museum Plank Owner Peer-to-Peer program. Our new membership program is going to be focused on donations with annual benefit add-ons. That way we bring our membership and our donor silos together. We've always had a challenge to make sure that we service all of you appropriately, membership, donors, crew, and so we're bringing that together and working with the development team, and the development team's leading that charge, as well as our technology team to bring that in-house. So a shout out to them for working on the annual benefits, which should be coming out soon. We should be rolling out our new membership programs here in the coming month. 30 to 60 days, you'll see those come out. But if you're an existing member, you could still renew. Just go to our website, pacificbattleship.com, to renew those benefits. Don't worry, you will not be left out. In the new National Museum, we're actually just transition your existing membership over there as well. We are also doing some interviews for the Military and Veterans Affairs Manager job this week. I've got about 5 or 6 interviews set up. Thanks to Larry Olson for continuing to support us in that activity and set up those meetings. It's going to be great to have these interviews with some great folks that support the veterans community and are going to help us hopefully build our military and veterans program, our Veterans Reintegration Center, which we may rename, of course, in the future, but we look forward to having that program come online to support our regional vets. Although it pretty much is online, we need that staff member to support us in doing so and represent us in the community, the veterans community specifically. We also are coming in on the final. We just got a logo made for the Freedom of the Seas Award. I haven't mentioned anything on this before, but our development team has been working on this. The Freedom of the Seas Annual Awards is going to kick off in June 27th. We've got a lot of great news going on in there and a lot of great folks that will be involved, so stay tuned on that. We should be releasing some information here in the next 30 days on that program. With that being said, our annual Gravely Awards, we're actually going to move the Gravely Award over into our annual Freedom of the Seas Award Gala, since it's a much bigger award and a much bigger national event. But we're still having a Black History Month celebration and event aboard. So we're going to be having that event at the end of February. Stay tuned. That should be coming out in the next week with the save the date. And we're going to do 2 events. We're going to do an education-focused event as well as a nighttime movie type of event. So we hope that all of you can join us at one of those events towards the end of February, with more information coming soon. And shout out to our awards committee chair, Tanya Acker, and some of our President's Advisory Board members, Amy Gratt, Barbara Shannon, and some other folks for supporting that event and putting it on at the end of February. In closing, I want to welcome 2 new crew members on board, 2 new paid crew members on board. Welcome Rowan. She is going to be leading the education charge here as the education manager, and we truly appreciate her coming online. She's got some experience in the education world as a teacher, so she's going to help that crew really pull off some amazing things and continue to do the great things for our youth of the region. And also want to welcome Quinn, who's going to be working in the development coordinator role. Samantha Jovanovic has been here for a long time, but she's supported in the development the past 5 or 6 months, and she's going to be moving on to more of a conservator role at another museum. And we're going to wish her best, but I'm sure we're still going to see her here as a volunteer in our curatorial department. So with that being said, we truly appreciate everything you do to support us, and we appreciate your focus on where we're going to the National Museum of the Surface Navy, and we wish you the best week you possibly can have. Look forward to talking to you guys next week. Thank you.